Limerick, the luxury that, John Kiely has at his disposal, the quality of player they have, it's through that academy that we mentioned earlier. But for me personally, Micheal Houlihan and Adam English were the standouts on Saturday night. Micheal started as he means to go on. As I said, he scored inside 15 seconds. He had 3 from play as well inside 15 minutes. I know he went onto the frees and he nailed those as well, but it wasn't 12 frees. Aidan McCarthy scored, I think, the Bones 11 or 12 frees, but Micheal was getting them from play as well, and he was filling the boots of Tom Morrissey, which aren't easy filled. And then Adam English came in after 9 minutes. He'd played an hour 2 days previously for UL, his first appearance for UL all year. He had started against Cork the previous week, but he showed no ill effects of those games. And we were talking off air about the run for the goal, not only the run, but the pass afterwards. But for me, those two boys definitely stood out.
I should look. I get back to the pass. The run was absolutely magnificent. To a certain degree, it opened up again in front of him, and he absolutely maximised it with the pace that he got into the offload. Jack, this guy is only out of underage, and the normal tendency would be for that would be to have a blast themselves, but he spotted Donnacha O'Daly, and Donnacha O'Daly's finish was clinical. But I want to get back to Micheal Houlihan for a while, Jack, just briefly anyway. Micheal Houlihan was one of the reasons Kilmallock were county champions in 2021, if you recall. He had an absolutely magnificent year. Himself and Oisin O'Reilly and Robbie Handy were probably the 3 players that really stood up that year. And he was absolutely outstanding. Now, his form dipped in 2022, but it dipped for a reason, that he was carrying a niggling injury all the year. And that was shown in his displays for Kilmallock as well. But now he's back. Now he's back to full fitness. Plus the fact, Jack, it wasn't in the script that he would be taking the frees. It was when David Reedy had to come off and he had to take over the free taking. I would imagine that if David Reedy was on the field, Micheal Houlihan wouldn't be taking the frees. But Jack, the level of maturity he showed in stepping up to the frees and landing 8 of them and 4 from play, absolutely phenomenal. But you talk about Cian Lynch and Peter Casey, and I should look. It was marvelous to see both of them starting, and in many ways it was as if they were never away, the way they performed. But you add in Adam English, you add in Micheal Houlihan, you add in Colin Coughlin, and we haven't spoken at all about Shane O'Brien.
Yeah, I know you wanted to touch on Shane O'Brien because you said Adam English is only just out of minor 2 years ago. Shane O'Brien was minor last year. In fairness, it's crazy to see